I think I finally have it figured out. I'm gonna just move all this extra stuff out the way. Whoop. Hold on. There we go. And let's take a look at the, hold on, I'm on the wrong. I'm streaming, right? I am streaming. I guess YouTube is not catching up. I thought I was, am I not live? The hell? Why aren't I live? Come on, what's the matter, baby? What's the matter? I should be live. Hello, testing, testing. What the fuck? Why am I not live? My iPad is not saying that I am live. I absolutely am live. What the hells? There we go. Literally had to like close out YouTube and open it back up again. Hello, Cherry Blossom. Oop. Heck yeah, alright. Well, we at least got one person in the audience. I'm gonna go grab my soup. I made soup. Well, technically my neighbor made soup and then I heated it up. I do not want that or my tea to get cold. Ugh, so, how's everyone doing in chat? Anyone got any questions yet? If anybody wants to donate, I put the links in the description. Maybe I could put them in chat, not sure. But yeah. Oh, we got two watching. Hello, hello. Hello, new person. So, let me just show off these runes here. So, these lovely, lovely runes are made by my really good friend Luna Wolfheart. I'll ask if he's doing commissions or anything. He does have an Instagram. But these beautiful, amazing dice are made by my good friend Luna Wolfheart. Luna also does, well, they do a lot of woodworking. They've done like custom fursona little charm things. He does Mjolnir. For those of you who don't know what a Mjolnir is, let me go show you. Okay. So, this is a Mjolnir, aka Thor's hammer. Luna Wolfheart is a Norse pagan trans creator. I believe the both of us are also neurodivergent as heck. I think I might have an example of one of his works. Let me go find it. Aha, found it. So, this is one of Luna's works. He likes to do little see if I can get the camera to focus. Focus. Okay, you're not focusing. Now you're focusing. Okay, yeah. So this one right here, it's Tiwa's. He also does Pride. Right? Cherry Blossom gets it. There's also, let me see. What? So this one. Pride shit. Yeah, so that's also pretty damn cool. So yeah, he does gay Mjolnir, he does regular Mjolnir. He also likes to do embroidery, he does drawing. So yeah, with his permission, I'll ask if he would like me to link the Instagrams. I'm not sure he's currently doing commissions. He's going through a lot of shit right now. But I will absolutely let y'all know, like probably in a post or something, when he's taking commissions, because he's a good artist. He does some really good shit. I also have, so I have another set of runes. However, one of them went missing because somebody decided it would be a good idea to bap my runes as I was doing a reading. Rhea, you know what you did. But yeah, she thought it would be a good idea to bap my runes as I was doing a reading. And guess which one went underneath the dresser? Did you bap one of my runes into the dresser and now Mommy can't find it until she cleans up the house? Yeah? Is that what you did? Rhea. She's looking at me like she didn't do shit. Okay, let's get this. And I would very much love to thank Loki for letting me... albeit I was just like, hey, I'm gonna borrow this for a sec. I'm using okay, so my friend, I think it's Feral Runes on Instagram. Her name is Heather. She's amazing. She's another Norse pagan local artiste. Let me show you. Okay. Look at this shit. It's Loki and his kids in all his glory. He's got Jormungandr wrapped around his mouth. He's got the salmon for the eyebrows because there's a story where he turned into a salmon to escape consequences, to attempt to. And then there's Fenrir, his bubba boy. I know Fenrir probably doesn't like being called doggo or cute or anything. And then, yeah. I don't know. I don't think hell's depicted anywhere in here. But yeah, my friend Heather made this. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's like a tile. So I'm currently using the tile stand as my phone stand because I don't have any other thing to use it with, and it's currently being held down by the weighted Stitch plush that Luna gave me. Luna adores Stitch. I was going through some really bad shit, and he's like, "Hey, here's this weighted Stitch to help you feel better. It weighs more than my cat." And then Heather also made this out of a lovely piece of wood, and you see some gold. That's Freya's name. Freya is, oh yeah, for those of you who don't know, Loki got a mischief, got a chaos. A lot of people who work with Loki associate him with change, albeit chaotic change, but often necessary change. When I first got called to working with deities, I was first called by Loki. Shocker. And no, not for Marvel reasons. I actually remember reading the stories and being like, kind of like this guy. That was a long time ago. And then years and years and years later, I started getting like feelings like, I feel drawn to Loki for some reason. And not like, you know, like the Marvel Loki, but like I started getting mental images of like a hearth fire. Specifically like in the middle of the woods. Like if any of y'all have gone camping and roast some marshmallows with your family or friends at night and like surrounded by trees, like that kind of vibe, like that kind of fire where it's like outdoor nature but like familial and like just having a good time with your friends. I also got mental images of like autumn leaves. I think those were like the colors that Loki wanted me to associate with him, as well as like you know, the kind of like reddish orangish kind of brown that like the reddish brown that like redwood bark has, like that. Green was only like a minor accent, and it was like the color of like coniferous trees. But yeah, really interesting. After I started working with him, it was through a lot of like change. Like I just recently graduated college, got and lost my first job because honestly it was so understaffed and my neurodivergent ass could not do 3 people's jobs at once. It was a doggy daycare and they purposefully overbooked. We had to put like cages and stuff in the friggin' lobby because they overbooked. Yeah, that was fun. And then ended up moving out of state, away from I'm just gonna say it, my parents are abusive. They suck. My mom's never gonna apologize for shit. Gaslighting, blah, 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 the works. But yeah, got out of there, moved to frickin' Utah from California, being away from everything for the first, like my entire life, boom, left it all behind. Yeah, if that ain't chaotic change, I don't know what the fuck is. But yeah, that's the story of how I started working with Loki. And then recently, I felt called to beautiful Miss Freya, who is a goddess not just of love, not just of cats, but also war and magic. See, not everyone who dies in battle goes to Valhalla. Some of them, specifically half of them, go to, I believe her hall is called Folkvagner, and she gets the first pick. Sorry, Odin. Freya gets first pick of all the warriors. And I think she might also be referred to as the Queen of the Valkyrie. There is like one instance where like the Valkyries are called like Odin's girls, but I think Freya has a lot to do with the Valkyries. And she's also responsible for teaching a lot of the Aesir gods magic. I'm not sure if I think she might have been the one to teach Odin Seither, which is like a feminine kind of magic. That yeah, fun fact, Odin would cross-dress to do Seither because yeah, you kind of have to embody that feminine side of you. Um, I think there's a masculine version, but I forget. I think it starts with a G. Anyway, oh, and there's one more beautiful, beautiful like wooden statue piece that Heather made. I will be right back. So, this is Hell. And you can see her name on her little necklace. So Hel is one of the children of Loki. Her mother is Angrboda, who's like a giantess. And Loki had a partnership with Angrboda, and Angrboda ended up birthing Fenrir, Jormungandr, and Hel. Hel is the one who looks after the dead who like don't die in battle, and I think it's said that even if you do die in battle, like everybody goes through hell before you get to your final destination. Everybody walks through hell. And as you can see, she's half dead, half alive. And what's really interesting about this piece is that if you notice the bark, half living, half rotted. Pretty fucking cool, isn't it? But yeah, she's great. She's very. Some people see her as motherly, some people see her as sisterly. I kind of see her that way, but she's no bullshit. Just like Freya is. Freya is very, very loving as a goddess, but she'll let you know when you done fucked up. She absolutely. I think she sent a couple of wasps to me one time. Yeah, that was okay. One wasp when I royally fucked up, and then my friend and I were going into like one of those like hyper capitalistic like crystal shops where it's like, looks really expensive, kind of weird vibes, but you know what, we're bored, so let's just go in. We have some time to kill. And right when we opened the door, there was a wasp just on the floor, crawling toward the door. It was raining. Poor thing was probably, you know, trying to hide from the rain. But yeah, as soon as we opened the door, there's just a wasp on the ground. And the guy who was working there grabs it, puts it on a fake plant, like it was no problem. Poor thing. He was really docile. I wonder if he was, you know, like at the end of, or actually her, because I guess worker. You know what? What the fuck is gender? Worker bees identify however the fuck they want, or wasps. It's damn near the same thing. But yeah, that was kind of a sign of like, look but don't buy. Like, let's not support this business. I think that it might have been and at that point I had already, it took me like a month later for it to click. It's like, oh wait, shit. Was that Freya sending me signs and shit? And like I just was thinking about her nonstop. And it's like, okay, time to work with Freya. She is very blunt. She will make herself known. Like, when she wants to work with you, she will not shut up until you start working with her. Oh, damn it. But yeah, that's all the art stuff that I have to, or that I wanted to show off. But yeah, love Luna, love Heather, both really, really good artists. Especially if you're in like the Salt Lake Valley type area. Really, really good local Norse pagan artists. Alright, let's put everything back where it belongs. Now that I've done the show and tell. Oh, and I also made this. It's my Loki necklace. It used to have more of these like brown red type of beads, but it broke, and my neighbor added all of these pretty gold ones. I wonder if it's gonna be kind of a dedication to both Loki and Freya now. I don't know, or maybe Loki just likes the shinies. Shinies are cool. Crow brain go burr. I haven't made any more like this. My dad had to like drill a hole in it, but you know what? Maybe if I find like the right types of sticks, I'll like make more of these. And it says Loki in runes. Runes are they were primarily an alphabet. And now people and I think they're associated with magic. I think they were one of the things that Odin learned about when he hung himself from Yggdrasil for like 9 days and 9 nights and shit to learn the knowledge. So yeah, that's a fun myth. But yeah. Let's see, we got 3 people watching. Hello, hello. My primary goal is to do some rune readings. I do have, if you want to send a donation, I do have that in the description. Donation questions will be considered first, but if people can't pay anything, I totally understand, because I do not want to put spiritual services behind a bullshit capitalistic paywall. I'm honestly just trying to make sure that I have enough, because I don't think my next paycheck will cover everything I need. So, and my cat has been kind of sad that I've been, you know, leaving home all day, even on my days off, because I'd like to go to a local coffee shop, really cool coffee shop, really queer friendly. But yeah, I'll go there to do readings. But I wanted to stay home with her, because she's a good girl, and I don't want to leave her alone. And I also have D&D later today, so I wanted to spend as much time with her as I can. But yeah. Runes. So, anybody got any questions? And I'm attempting to download PayPal and all that on my iPad so I can take a look. I like Ko-fi. Ko-fi's cool. I think people are boycotting PayPal right now for good reason. They're also the people behind Wish. You know, that scam that all the YouTubers were talking about until they figured out that they weren't making commission because PayPal Honey was was stealing their commissions. Yeah. But I understand some people don't have Cashapp or Venmo, so I just reluctantly put it on the list. So, yeah. And please like the stream if you like what's going on. Yeah. Oh, baby girly. You baby. Hi. She baby. Cat stream now, bitches. Haha. Hi. I don't know if I can get her to purr. Ouch. What was that for? What was that for, you crazy? Oh, what? Now you're being cute? Now you're being cute? Is that what happening? Is that what happening on this stream? You're being cute. Her name is Rhea. My recent ex and I named her. I thought about also calling her Marceline, which a lot of my friends like. I love Marceline the Vampire Queen, but part of me might adopt that as a middle name for me. It would be Marcy for short, or Ender. But Rhea's the one that stuck, and I'd been calling her that for so long, and it's a habit, so her name is still Rhea, even though I kind of wanted to, name her something not associated with my ex, but you know what, it's fine. You know what, I started watching WWE on my own terms. So, being named after Miss Rhea Ripley it is, even though she's a skinny girl. Yeah, Rhea Ripley's really buff, but you're a skinny little girl, huh, honeys? Honestly, Ender would probably work so well for her because she's... Look at this. Look at this. It's hard to tell, but she's a skinny girly. She's actually 7. A lot of people think that she's a kitten. You good girl. Is this cat stream now? Yeah. Oh, honey. Honey. She sleeps with me damn near every night. And oh my god, it's so cute. She starts purring as soon as I wake up. Like as soon as I start like stretching and like being on my phone, she just starts purring like crazy. Like, you're awake. I love you. You're awake now. She's had zoomies lately. She ended up losing a couple of her toys. So she's a little bit understimulated. Yeah, now she's cleaning herself. Oh, Merlin, got him. Just the camera. The setup really isn't too bad. Okay. Let's see if I can log into Ko-fi, Cashapp, etc. on my iPad. Oh, come on, really? Yeah. Let's see which. There's my cat cleaning herself. Oh gosh, I wonder what happens if I hit the home button on the phone to see when stuff comes in. If stuff comes in. Oh, baby girly. Just cleaning herself. So, anybody have any questions for the rooms? Or is this just gonna be a chat stream? Is this just a chat stream? I did say in my post I might do some art. Maybe I will do some art while waiting for stuff. How's everyone in chat doing? I know things are a little bit delayed on my end. I think chat should be real time. My soup went room temperature. And that's what happens when I talk for a half hour straight. You know what? I wonder if I can do. Let's see. Can I? How do I do like a poll on this thing? The stream menu isn't giving me much. What is the microphone mutes me? The wand thingy, retouch off. I don't want to do the clip thing because I have a feeling It'll clip my stream. What is the... And okay, share. Man, phone doesn't let me do shit. Okay, here's a question for you. Would y'all rather have rune stream or like art stream or cat stream? I'm gonna check my Discord to see. Maybe one of these days I'll just like do a cat stream where we all just watch Rhea do her thing. Maybe I should clip my stream. Post it as a short of me me being hard on Rhea for losing one of my runes. Yeah, she's just cleaning herself there. Where did I... Oh, there's my tea. Dang, chat's dead. Dead chat. Okay, y'all can still see stuff. Can I change the title on a YouTube? Can I change the title of his stream? I know you can on Twitch. I don't know if YouTube will let me. I'm still learning the ins and outs of YouTube. Maybe I should have done this shit on Twitch. I do have a Twitch channel. Maybe I'll try that next time and see how it works. I know that it's nice that YouTube lets you like go live with other people, so like maybe if I figured out how to do like screen capture, maybe I could like play Minecraft or some shit. I do have some Minecraft videos on this channel. I love how this has turned into watching Rhea bathe herself stream while we just stare at runes. You know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. I'll make up my own damn questions. Okay. Let's do a little demonstration. Hi, Rhea. You're a good girl. You're a good girl. You're a good girl. I hope she doesn't try and, like, bat my runes again. Oh, yeah, she sees me rolling the dice. Okay. Whew. Hellfreya, woman of magic and queen of Valkyrie. May these runes give us the answers that we need. Not that we seek, oh no, Because sometimes the runes are blunt, and sometimes the runes read you like a motherfucker. I'm not joking. One time, like, I kept getting this one. So it's normally upright like this, right? I kept getting Lagus. This is called Lagus. Upside down. And it's associated with water, like lake, you know, waterfalls and stuff. But it represents like your mental stuff going on. And I kept getting it like just boom, 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 upside down, reversed, reversed, reversed. And I'm like, why the fuck do I keep getting Lagus reversed? I had a friend point out to me, yeah, you're going through an intense emotional blockage right now. I'm like, oh shit, that explains everything. So yeah. So it's one of those things where it's like upright emotional flow, upright emotional blockage, and you gotta deal with some shit. Gonna get personal for a sec. My family had a dog named Chloe. She was a really sweet girl. And when I moved, I never got to see her again before she passed. Was just unable to go and visit. And I was, you know, praying to hell, you know, asking, like, how she was doing. And I was, you know, doing stuff with the runes. And I just started bawling, like, just apologizing profusely to Chloe. I felt like I had abandoned her. I was wondering if she, like, wondered where the hell I went for the rest of her, you know, life. And I just felt so fucking guilty. And I felt hell's presence. But she wasn't doing anything to stop me from crying. I needed to cry. And I kept getting... I ended up, like, tossing one of the runes. And I finally got this upright. It's like, you are doing what is needed to do to process the grief. There was another one that I kept getting. Where is it? Where's the now fizz? Where is... Aha. And I tossed this one. This one represents constraints and necessity. Now fizz is like a knot. I got this. Being like, I'm here with you, but this is necessary for you to process this grief that you've been... My brain likes to try and protect me from negative emotions, so it'll like push stuff aside, not want to think about it. And it all just came flooding out. Like, I was crying for a good half hour straight, and this kept coming up, being like, this is necessary. This is a part of the process. So yeah, that's what a couple of those runes mean. Okay, we got two watching. So, right. As if you guys couldn't tell, I'm ADHD as fuck. And yes, I am officially diagnosed. I'm ADHD as fuck. Anyway, I guess as we watch Rhea bathe herself, okay. Okay. How is this stream going to go? And this is why I do it in a box. Okay, that's not supposed to... Okay, it's supposed to... Yeah, there we go. Okay. Okay, it's a little hard to see, so I will show these one at a time up to the camera. So this one I ended up getting first is Issa. It represents ice. And yeah, things are pretty fucking stagnant. Not much going on in chat. It's kind of just been me talking. So yeah, that makes sense. And then this was, interestingly enough, paired with Haglaz, which usually is like this. It represents hail. And it's kind of like the tower in tarot, where it's like shit's hit the fan. But remember, at the end of it, like, it's gonna be okay. Like, the hail will melt. But yeah, definitely going through a bit of a rough patch, which is okay. You know, this is my first stream. And considering the runes are, the other two are far ahead, I believe that might represent like distant future, especially when it goes into like a line like this. I always see it as like, oh, present, future. Got it. So this one. This one is Ingwas, and it represents a seed. Essentially, the seed has been planted. I've been doing rune readings for a while now. This is my first time doing them on stream. So even though, you know, nothing much is coming from this stream, I at least got the ball rolling. You know what I mean? Like the seed has been planted. It's time for me to nurture it. And I guess also with this, I view this as a stop, contemplate, and be patient kind of thing. But yeah. And oh yikes. Okay, that's not great. I got manas reversed. Usually it's like this, but I got it reversed, which means I need to think about my place amongst. I need to figure myself out, I guess. Yeah, I need to figure myself out with. Gosh. Okay, so this one is a little complicated. So, manas represents humanity and one place within it. How you view yourself amongst other people and how you view, I guess, your own humanity and such. Now, the question was for this particular stream, so something tells me I'm not going to get a whole lot of activity. Honestly, that was kind of expected. It's my first stream, and I don't have a very wide... Like, I have a fuck ton of subscribers, but that was from, like, years ago. And probably none of them are really all that active now. So yeah, this stream is probably not gonna go how I wanted it to, but honestly, it's going how I expect it to. Yeah. Yeah, this stream ain't gonna go as well. This stream is not gonna be very active with people. But you know what? That's how all small little creators start. But yeah, if anybody wants to ask questions, please feel free. And you do not have to donate in order to get your question answered. Like I said, fuck capitalism. There's a really good book that maybe, you know what, maybe until I get a question, this will be a reading stream because I really want to show off this one book called The Serviceberry. Ugh. So this book, The Serviceberry, is by Robin Wall Kimmerer, and she's the one who did Braiding Sweetgrass. She is a indigenous author, and like just look at this art. It's so beautiful. I highly recommend this book. And the story of how I got this is really interesting. So at work, I had a customer, and we were just talking. I was complimenting like her drum that she had on her back and stuff, and we started talking about like indigenous stuff, and I mentioned like I never got to know the traditions of the land that I was born upon. I was born on Nissenan and I think Miwok land. And like in California, Acorns are such a big staple with the indigenous community there. Oh, okay, now we're licking your leggy. Okay. Yeah. Okay, Rhea. I love you. Um, but yeah, what was I gonna say? I never got to, you know, pick acorns with like my mom or my grandma. I never got to learn the local language. Colonization hurts everybody. It really does. Like especially the indigenous group that, you know, live there. But like the sheer magnitude of what we lost. Like I wonder what the continent of Turtle Island would have looked like had it never ever been colonized. And it would have been beautiful. But instead, now I live in the United States of fucking America, and, well, the world's kind of going to hell, especially this country. Has been for a while, but now it's just absolutely tanking. So anyway, I guess to, keep myself from going bored and to keep everyone else entertained, and this will be uploaded later, so, I have no idea what battery my phone is on, but without further ado, the Serviceberry. Oh, that's a art that I did for my friend. We did an art trade. This is Luna's little fursona. Got antlers. Anyway, I don't know how well you can see this. From the #1 New York Times best-selling author of Braiding Sweetgrass, a bold and inspiring vision for how to orient our lives around gratitude, reciprocity, and community based on the lessons of the natural world. As Indigenous scientist Robin Wall Kimmerer harvests serviceberries alongside the birds, she considers the ethic of reciprocity that lies at the heart of the gift economy. How, she asks, can we learn from Indigenous wisdom and the plant world to reimagine what we value most? Our economy is rooted in scarcity, competition, and the hoarding of resources, and we have surrendered our values to a system that actively harms what we love. Meanwhile, the serviceberry's relationship with the natural world is an embodiment of interconnectedness and gratitude. The tree distributes its wealth, its abundance of sweet, juicy berries, to meet the needs of its natural community. And this distribution ensures its own survival. As Kimmerer explains, serviceberries show us another model, one based upon reciprocity rather than accumulation, where wealth and security come from the quality of our relationships, not from the illusion of self-sufficiency. As Elizabeth Gilbert writes, Robin Wall Kimmerer is, quote, a great teacher, and her words are a hymn of love to the world, end quote. The serviceberry is an antidote to the broken relationships and misguided goals of our times, and a reminder that hoarding won't save us. All flourishing is mutual. I don't know how well any of y'all can see it, but I've kind of been trying to hold it at an angle that I can read at. Okay, I'll let myself be a book stand while I attempt to read this. Also by Robin Wall Kimmerer, Braiding Sweetgrass and Gathering Moss. Look at this art. Look at this art! It's beautiful! Absolutely gorgeous. Okay. I'll try and hold this in a way that we all can see this, including me. The Serviceberry. Abundance and reciprocity in the natural world. Robin Wall Kimmerer, with illustrations by John Burgoyne? Scribner. New York, Toronto, London, Sydney, New Delhi, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And the author dedicates this book to my good neighbors, Polly, and Ed Drexler. All flourishing is mutual. This lovely art depicts a bird eating some service berries. It's so well drawn. All right. The cool breath of evening slips off the wooded hills, displacing the heat of the day, and with it comes the birds as eager for the cool as I am. They arrive in a flock of calls that sound like laughter, and I have to laugh back with the same delight. They are all around me, cedar waxwings and catbirds, and a flash of bluebird iridescence. I have never felt such a kinship to my namesake, Robin, as in this moment when we are both stuffing our mouths with berries and chortling with happiness. The brushes are laden with fat clusters of red, blue, and wine purple in every stage of ripeness. So many, you can pick them by the handful. I'm glad I have a pail, and it's getting pretty heavy. The birds carry their berries in buckets of their bellies and wonder if they will be able to fly with so much cargo. This abundance of berries feels like a pure gift from the land. I have not earned, paid for, nor labored for them. There is no mathematics of worthiness that reckons I deserve them in any way. And yet here they are, along with the sun and the air and the birds and the rain, gathering in towers of cumulonimbus, a distant storm building. You could call them natural resources or ecosystem services, but the robins and I know them as gifts. We both sing gratitude with our mouths full. Part of my delight comes from their unexpected presence. I never imagined that I could pick them here. The local native serviceberries, Amelanchier arborea, have small, hard fruits which tend toward dryness. And only once in a while is there a tree with sweet offerings. The bounty in my bucket today is a western species, A. anifolia, known as Saskatoons, planted by my farmer neighbors, Polly and Ed. This is their first bearing year, and they produce berries with enthusiasm. Gotta change my angle here. God, this is hard to... Okay. Hopefully we can all see the whole page. And they produce berries with an enthusiasm that matches my own. Saskatoon, Juneberry, Shadbush, Shadblow, Sugar Plum, Serviceberry. These are among the many names for Amelanchier. Ethnobotanists know that the more names a plant has, the greater its cultural importance. The tree is beloved for its the tree is beloved for its fruits, its medicinal use, and for the early froth of flowers that whiten woodland edges at the first hint of spring. Serviceberry is known as a calendar plant, so faithful to its seasonal weather patterns. Its bloom is a sign that the ground has thawed. In this folklore, this was the time that mountain roads became passable for circuit preachers who arrived to conduct church services. It's also a reliable indicator to fisher folk that the shad are running upstream. Or at least it was back in the day when rivers were clear and free enough to support the spawning of shad. Calendar plants like Serviceberry are important for synchronizing the seasonal rounds of traditional indigenous people. Wow, okay, I'm really not showing this on here really well. You know what? I don't know if anyone wants to read along with. Maybe I'll just, you know what? It'll be easier. I'll just read it myself next to the mic. Anyway, where was I? Calendar plants like Serviceberry are important for synchronizing the seasonal rounds of traditional indigenous people who move in an annual cycle through their homelands to where the foods are ready. Instead of changing the land to suit convenience, they changed themselves. Eating with the seasons is a way of honoring abundance, by going to meet it when and where it arrives. A world of produce warehouses and grocery stores enables the practice of having what you want when you want it. We force the food to come to us at considerable financial and ecological costs, rather than following the practice of taking what has been given to us, each in its own time. These service berries were not coerced, and their carbon footprint is nothing. Maybe that's why they taste so good. They come only this time of year, these ephemeral sips of summer, without the aftertaste of harm. Time to take a sip of my now cold tea. The name Serviceberry comes not from its service, but from a very old version of its rose family name, Sorbus, which became Sarvice, and hence service. While the name does not derive from its benefits, the plant does provide myriad goods and services, not only to humans, but to many other citizens. It supports biodiversity. Shadbush is a preferred browse of deer and moose, a vital source of early pollen for newly emerging insects, and host to a suite of butterfly larvae, like tiger swallows, viceroys, admirals, and hair streaks, and berry-feasting birds who rely on those calories in breeding season. Human people, too, rely on those calories, especially in traditional indigenous food practices. Service berries were a critical ingredient in the making of pemmican. The dried berries, along with dried venison or bison, were pounded into a fine powder, bound with rendered fat, and solidified into the original energy bars. This highly concentrated preserved food provided full nutritional sustenance through seasons of hunger, was easily transportable, and could be cached or carried. Pemmican became part of the traditional trade economy, a sophisticated local and transcontinental network that distributed vital materials across ecosystems and cultures. Surplus serviceberry calories could be exchanged for other goods not locally available. Service berries are part of indigenous foodways wherever they grow. I am a member of the Potawatomi Nation, which is one of the Anishinaabe peoples of the Great Lakes region. I've had the privilege of eating syrupy purple compotes of service berries at traditional feasts, which have primed my taste buds and my memories of this ancestral food. In Potawatomi, it is called bozakmin, which is superlative, the best of the berries. I feel one on my tongue and agree with my ancestors on the rightness of that name. Imagine a fruit that tastes like a blueberry crossed with the satisfying heft of an apple, a touch of rose water, and a minuscule crunch of almond-flavored seeds. They taste like nothing a grocery store has to offer. Wild, complex, with a flavor that your body recognizes as the real food it's been waiting for. I can almost feel my mitochondria doing a happy dance when I eat them. For me, the most important part of the word, bozakmin, is min, the root for berry. It appears in our Potawatomi words for blueberry, minan, strawberry, odemin, raspberry, miskadizmin, even apple, mishimin, maize, mandamin, and wild rice, manomin. That word is a revelation because it also is the root word for gift. In naming plants who shower us with goodness, we recognize that these are gifts from our plant-related, from our plant relatives, manifestations of their generosity, care, and creativity. James Vukelich, an Anishinaabe linguist, teaches us that these plant gifts are, quote, a manifestation of unconditional love that plants have for people, end quote. Plants offer whatever they have to whoever needs it, saint and sinner alike, quote unquote, he writes. I can't help but gaze at them, these shiny gems cupped in my hand, and breathe out my thanks. In the presence of such gifts, gratitude is the intuitive first response. This gratitude flows toward our plant elders and radiates to the rain, to the sunshine, to the improbability of bushes spangled with morsels of sweetness in a world that can be bitter. In the Anishinaabe worldview, it's not just fruits that are understood as gifts, rather all of the sustenance that the land provides, from fish to firewood. Everything that makes our lives possible, the splints for baskets, roots for medicines, the trees whose bodies make our homes, and the pages of our books, is provided by the lives of more than human beings. This is always true, whether it's harvested directly from the forest or whether it's mediated by commerce and harvested from the shelves of a store. It all comes from the earth. When we speak of these not as things or natural resources or commodities, but as gifts, our whole relationship to the natural world changes. In a traditional Anishinaabe economy, land is the source of all goods and services, which are distributed in a kind of gift exchange. One life is given in support of another. The focus is on supporting the good of the people, not only an individual. Receiving a gift from the land is coupled to attached responsibilities of sharing, respect, reciprocity, and gratitude, of which you will be reminded. This kind of gratitude is so much more than a polite thank you. Not an automatic ritual of manners, but a recognition of indebtedness that can stop you in your tracks. It brings you the realization that your life is nurtured from the body of Mother Earth. With my fingers sticky with berry juice, I'm reminded that my life is contingent upon the lives of others, without whom I simply would not exist. Water is life. Food is life. Soil is life. And they become our lives through the paired miracles of photosynthesis and respiration. All that we need to live flows through the land. It is not an empty metaphor that we call her Mother Earth. Food in our mouths is the thread that connects us in a relationship simultaneously spiritual and physical, as our bodies get fed and our spirits nourished by a sense of belonging, which is the most vital of foods. And here is some more beautiful art. I have no claim to these berries, and yet here they are in my basket, a gift. This pail of June berries represents hundreds of gift exchanges that led up to my blue-stained fingers. The maples who gave their leaves to the soil, the countless invertebrates and microbes who exchanged nutrients and energy to build the humus in which a serviceberry seed could take root. The cedar waxwing who dropped the seed, the sun, the rain, the early spring flies who pollinated the flowers, the farmer who wielded the shovel to tenderly settle the seedlings. They are all parts of the gift exchange by which everyone gets what they need. Many indigenous peoples, including my Anishinaabe relatives and my Haudenosaunee neighbors, inherit what is known as, quote, a culture of gratitude, end quote, where lifeways are organized around recognition and responsibility for earthly gifts, both ceremonial and pragmatic. Our oldest teaching stories remind us that failure to show gratitude dishonors the gift and brings serious consequences. If you dishonor the beavers by taking too many, they will leave. If you waste the corn, you'll go hungry. Enumerating the gifts you've received creates a sense of abundance, and knowing that you already have what you need, recognizing enoughness, is a radical act in an economy that is always urging us to consume more. Data tell the story that there are enough food calories on the planet for all 8 billion of us to be nourished. And yet people are starving. Imagine the outcome if we each only took enough rather than far more than our share. The wealth and security we seem to crave could be met by sharing what we have. Eco-psychologists have shown that the practice of gratitude puts brakes on hyperconsumption. The relationships nurtured by gift thinking diminish our sense of scarcity and want. In that climate of sufficiency, our hunger for more abates and we take only what we need in respect for the generosity of the giver. Climate catastrophe and biodiversity loss are the consequences of unrestrained taking by humans. Might cultivation of gratitude be part of the solution? Polly is surprised too that I know these berries since they are new to most people around here. As a forager, I'm accustomed to following the voices of cedar waxwings, only to find a disappointing handful that they have left me. Never have I seen so many as here, planted by my friend. She is excited to learn that they are an important cultural food for us, and I can see how my delight levitates her, too. If our first response to the receipt of gifts is gratitude, then our second is reciprocity, to give a gift in return. What could I give these plants in return for their generosity? I could return the gift with a direct response, like weeding, or bringing water, or offering a song of thanks that sends appreciation out on the wind. I could make habitat for the solitary bees that fertilize those fruits. Or maybe I could take indirect action, like donating to my local land trust, so that more habitat for the gift givers will be saved, speaking at a public hearing on land use, or making art that invites others to the web of reciprocity. I could reduce my carbon footprint, vote on the side of healthy land, advocate for farmland preservation, change my diet, hang my laundry in the sunshine. We live in a time when every choice matters. Gratitude and reciprocity are the currency of a gift economy, and they have the remarkable property of multiplying with every exchange, their energy concentrating as they pass from hand to hand, a truly renewable resource. Can we imagine a human economy with a currency which emulates the flow from Mother Earth? A currency of gifts? When I speak about reciprocity as a relationship, let me be clear. I don't mean a bilateral exchange in which an obligation is incurred and can then be discharged with a reciprocal payment. I mean keeping the gift in motion in a way that is open and diffuse so that the gift does not accumulate and stagnate, but keeps moving, like the gift of berries through an ecosystem. We ecologists think about the currency of ecosystems in terms of biogeochemistry, the cycling of life's materials between the living and the not. The berries make a satisfying plunk in my bucket. It's worth thinking about what they are made of as the pail gets heavier. Those serviceberries contain both elemental materials like carbon and nitrogen and the energy stored in the sweet sugars. To understand this natural economy and apply it to our own, we have to remember that materials and energy move differently through an ecosystem. Materials like carbon and nitrogen and phosphorus, the essential elements of life, cycle through an ecosystem, endlessly changing form as they are passed along. Let's follow the carbon in that Saskatoon. The leaves of the tree drew carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, which they made into sugar via the brilliant mechanism of photosynthesis. The gift of the atmosphere now resides on the berry. When the cedar waxwing gobbles it up, some of that carbon becomes the feathers that paint a yellow band on its tail, which flashes in the afternoon light. When that feather falls to the ground, it becomes food for beetles, who become food for a vole whose death feeds the soil, who feeds the serviceberry seedling just germinating at the edge of the woods. Materials move through ecosystems in a circular economy that are constantly transformed. Abundance is created by recycling, by reciprocity. This recycling proceeds at different paces. Sometimes it is as quick as minutes, like a molecule of phosphorus dancing between water and a spinning cell of virid green algae. That algae takes up the phosphorus into its body, which is eaten by zooplankton a few minutes later, and they excrete the mineral back into the water, where another algae is happy to have it. Other cycles proceed more slowly. Sometimes the minerals get squirreled away in long-term storage, like nitrogen, immobilized in a tree trunk for 300 years. But it always comes back into circulation. The juice that bursts from these berries was rain just last week and is already on its way back to the clouds. These processes are the models for principles of a circular economy in which there is no such thing as waste, only starting materials. Abundance is fueled by constantly circulating materials, not wasting them. Energy, however, is a different story. While chemical materials can cycle in an ecosystem, energy flows in one inevitable direction. Even though it can be temporarily stored, it always moves on thanks to the laws of thermodynamics. Sun's energy, stored in the chemical bonds of a serviceberry, will fuel the thrilling voices of the waxwings, but will eventually be dissipated as heat emanating from the warm, feathered body. Energy cannot ever be completely recycled. It gets used up in the thermodynamic inefficiency of energy transfer among beings. Therefore, energy must be constantly replenished to fuel the flow. I have solar panels on my roof, and my life is as thoroughly solar-powered as they are. Is it any wonder that the sun has always been revered as the source of life? I suppose in an industrial economy, production is the source of the flow, rooted in human labor and the conversion of earthly gifts to commodities. But so often that production is at the cost of great destruction. When an economic system actively destroys what we love, isn't it time for a different system? Some powerful feminist thinkers call us to remember that gift giving is among the most primal of human relationships. Each of us begins our life as the recipient in what Genevieve Vaughan has called a maternal gift economy, the flow of goods and services from mother to newborn. When the mother nurses her child, the boundary of the individual self becomes permeable, and the common good is the only one that matters. The maternal gift economy is a biological imperative. There is no mediocrity or earning of sustenance. Mothers do not sell their milk to their babies. It is pure gift, so that life can continue. The currency of this economy is the flow of gratitude, the flow of love, literally in support of life. By analogy, can the sustenance from the breast of Mother Earth be understood as a maternal gift economy? These feminist thinkers argue that giving and taking in this sense are a fundamental way of caring for each other, without the intervention of states or markets. Scholars like Miki Kashtan are exploring how the philosophy and practice of a maternal gift economy might move social organization toward justice and sustainability. If the sun is the source of flow in the economy of nature, what is the sun of a human gift economy? The source that constantly replenishes the flow of gifts? Maybe it is love. And that was chapter 1 of The Serviceberry. You can probably see now why I absolutely adore this book. Where did my... Did I lose my bookmark? Where was I? You know what, it doesn't matter. I'm reading it from chapter 2 over again. So, for those of you who are remaining, what do you think? Hopefully y'all liked it. Hopefully I'll be able to, change the title after the live stream is up, because honestly, this is more of a let's chat / reading stream, which, meh, pretty okay in my book. I'm just happy to be streaming for the first time. Like, ever, actually. Well, technically not ever. But, like, on YouTube, yeah, this is my first stream. What time is it? It is... It's about 2. Okay. That's not bad. It's really not bad. Ooh. Oh, I gotta get up. Oh, my hips. Oh, God, my hips. You know that joint is like bright that like connects your hips and like your legs to the rest of your body? Oh, that hurts right now. Ugh, fuck. This is why I need a physical therapy. Ooh, yep. There was a crack. There was a crack. Alright. Now I feel better. Kind of. Oh, now I'm sounding like a... oh, there's where the bookmark went. Oh, yeah. Legendarium. Really fucking cool bookstore. It's nerdy as hell. I recommend it if you're in Salt Lake. Anyway. I'm gonna take a wee break to heat up my tea. And, I guess y'all can, watch the kitty cats. She's a good girl, huh? Are you a good girl? Is she sleepy? Is she sleepy girly? Yeah, she's sleepy girly. I love you. I hope I didn't make you too bored. I know. I will play with you before I go to D&D. Oh, big stretch. Oh, that was a little stretch. A little stretch. Ugh. I'm honestly just gonna heat up some more water. Who's a good girl? Are you a sweet girl? Are you a sweet baby? Are you a sweet baby? Yeah. Are you a sweet baby? Are you the good girl? You did the puppy. You the puppy. Oh, I want to kiss you. No, it's your body. I guess, it's been about an hour. It's been about an hour. I think, since, although, yay, cat stream. Yeah, cat stream. Oh, thank you, Cherry Blossom. That's so sweet. You know what? Maybe I'll do more reading streams. I definitely, like, now that I like have now that I kind of have a basis for what I'm doing, and like now that I've read chapter 1, it's like, fuck, I really should continue. I really should continue. Cat stream. She's a sweet girl. I love her so much. Are you just laying down? Hey, baby. Hey, baby. Oh, she's so happy. Well, anyway. Yeah, it's been about... Oh, big stretch. She's doing a big stretch. There's my iPad. You doing a big stretch? Yeah, doing a big stretch. Oh, are you purring? Yeah? Okay, I'll have to try to do this. I don't know how well you can hear it. Damn, I've been going for 80 minutes. Here. I don't know if any of y'all can hear her. Purrs are very quiet right now. Isn't that right, Miss Rhea? Isn't that right? Alright, well, as I've been streaming for about an hour and read a really good book, I think it'll be time to end the stream. For those who want to rewatch, I don't want to, like, you know, have too long of a video. This also has to upload on my phone. And I have to, make sure there's enough battery for me to get to D&D and blah, 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 blah. Maybe I'll do another reading stream one of these days where I just read the Serviceberry, because it's such a fucking good book. Anyway, see you guys later. I can't wait to see y'all on the next stream. And I'm sure Rhea can't wait too, huh? Yeah, the purring. Are we gonna end with the purring? Yeah. I love you. You're a good girl. You're a good girl. She's a sweet baby. Okay. Bye-bye.